Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Insider Financial Talks Penny Stocks. My name is Alex Carlson. I will be your host today. I'm the editor-in-chief of InsiderFinancial.com, and today we're going to be discussing ILUS, ADHC, SYSX, GESI, MJWL, AAPT, ICOA, HMBL, FORW, GVSI, GOFF, and SRNW. But before we get into that, we have a few housekeeping issues to go over. We have no business relationship with any company whose stock is mentioned in this video. Insider Financial and myself are not investment advisors, and this video does not provide investment advice. Always do your own research, make your own investment decisions, or consult with your nearest financial advisor. This video is not a solicitation or recommendation to buy, sell, or hold securities. This video is our opinion and is meant for informational and educational purposes only and does not provide investment advice. For more information, please read our full disclaimer at insiderfinancial.com/disclaimer. With that out of the way, let's dive in here, folks. Well, the drama today was all about George Sharp. In yesterday's video, I told everyone most likely he was going after ILUS. And before I could get to seeing what he had to say, he blocked me this morning. No big deal. I could care less. Never did anything to George, don't know him, don't know why he would block us or anyone for that matter. It goes against his own rules. If you don't kiss his ass, it looks like you don't get whatever. What I do here at InsiderFinancial.com, I follow everyone. I look for the opinions of everyone. I'm not set in my ways. I'm a very open-minded individual. I want to hear bears' thoughts, bulls' thoughts, whatever. I mean, it as a as a journalist, as a media company, our job is to look at all sides and give our thoughts and report on what we think is happening. He went after ILUS, and the stock was down a penny. In a percentage term, 10%, which is nothing in the grand scheme of things. The ILS shareholders have just shrugged it off. Where it was a real scumbag move, though, because he's trying to create panic, and where he says, he said, this is a pump and dump. Well, if you've been following me on my channel, you know this. 90% of all stocks are, particularly are pump and dumps. And when I talk about pump and dumps, I mean, it's all about the momentum, the catalyst, whatever's, going on. I mean, look at the charts of, these are the weekly charts. So this is ILUS, pump, dump, okay? ADHC, this one was funny. A lot of people were speculating it's either ILUS or ADHC that Georgie's going to go after. And when he started tweeting that it was ILUS, ADHC ran 50%. It's like, whoa, it's not us. Let's get in and go for the momentum, because it's a momentum play. And, congrats to all that played ADHC and are banking money on it. SYSX, look at this chart. It's accumulation here, but this one was $15 at one point. Now it's at 8 cents. GESI, I talked about this one, in the video yesterday. I didn't create panic or anything, but I just said, shareholders, just be careful. You saw this, it was just being walked up, and then you got this red candle. So, I don't bash stocks. I've done it once. And it was about a company that put out a press release about their ownership stake. I questioned it. I thought it was a very and I did create panic selling, and I regretted that, and I vowed to never come out and bash, a company. I'll say warning signs or in the sense that, maybe use a trailing stop, but I won't like go into details on a specific company, why I don't like it. And, the company that I did talk about, it was WDLF. And the CEO, Ken Tapp, he went and addressed everything that I had brought up. And it was a real class act move on his part. This was, I forget when it was. But, I'm just not going to do it again. And that's why I really didn't like what, Georgie did today. Because this is all a personal beef between him and Brett Rosen. Georgie's saying, I can buy and sell Brett. I mean, it's just like two kids, it's just a joke. It's comical. And Brett's putting out these tweets. I'm not going to get into the back and forth there over this drama. But, look at you go to the weekly chart. And, Georgie's calling out pump and dumps. Well, look at his deals. HMBL, chart speaks for itself. FORW, chart speaks for itself. GVSI, chart speaks for itself. GOFF, holding up here. And SRNW holding up here. Guys, I live for the OTC. I'm always researching. I'm always running screens. Tell me one OTC stock right now, leave it, put it in the comments, that is consistently making new highs. There are none. The market, we are in a bear market. Right now, and I've said this over and over again, you don't want to be owning OTC stocks. This is my opinion, not financial advice. You want to be trading them. Day trading, swing trading, buying, selling, making, booking profits, moving on, or cutting losses. I own 0 OTC stocks right now. None. Could put none. Full disclosure. I don't see anything I'm in love with. There's was back and forth going on between what Georgie was saying about Brett investing money and dilution and everything. Well, Brett is writing big checks, $500,000 at a time, 1 million, putting 5 million in, and let me tell you something. Anyone that has that kind of money to invest in an OTC stock is not buying in the market. They are calling the company direct. They are making, they're offering, say, hey, I got 500,000 to invest. You interested in talking? Yes or no? No, fine. Yes, okay. Let's discuss terms. That's going on. So if you are at that level, you have 500,000, a million, and you're throwing it in OTC, and you're not talking to the company direct. You're a moron. The advantage in the OTC for the retail trader is with a small account. You can grow a small account into a big account with a small amount of money. First of all, in bull markets, riding the bull, but also in small with small accounts in bear markets, you get these 30%, 40%, 50% moves easy, and there's enough liquidity that you can get in and out with your $250, your $500. If you're making 40, 50% on $500, you're making $250, each trade. That adds up. So, I really, right now, you got to be trading. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Buying and holding right now is painful. I'm just trying to keep things real with you guys. And if you look here, okay, today we had 2,553 advancers on the OTC, 1,441 decliners. But it was just, $1.6 billion in dollar volume. There was, ADHC was a big runner, but, other than that, up 10%, 15%. We're not seeing the triple digits, lately that we were seeing. I'm excited for May to be over and get things, humming for June. And speaking of which, we're getting ready. We're running screens for a low float play for subscribers for Memorial Day weekend. Be after Memorial Day. Make sure you go to signup.insiderfinancial.com. Sign up with your email and your mobile number. Mobile is the fastest way to get our alerts, as we release all of our profiles at the opening bell. Sign up. It works for all numbers worldwide. Simply enter your country code first, followed by your number. For U.S. and Canada, be 1+ area coded number. Never begin the format with 0. It will not work. And like I said, we release a full profile at the opening bell. It's just the starting point for your due diligence, and go from there. But we specialize in finding low float, low market cap plays. That's where you make the money on these new plays. On a lot of these older plays, what ends up happening is dilution. And that is an overhang. And yes, the financiers are getting cheap stock, and then, they are selling. And that's what ends up hurting a lot of these companies. And then when the selling is over, then you get the pops. But there's just a lot of things that go behind the scenes, in the OTC, that is, does hurt the average, retail investor. And that's why I stress for retail, in this market, you don't want to be buying and holding, because you're just going to create bags. And then a lot of those bag holders, they're just going to leave the OTC and never come back, which is a shame because, as I said earlier in the video, if you want to turn a small account into a big account, there's no place like the OTC, because when it's hot, it is extremely hot. When we had, when it was not Humble, it was TSNP. All this was TSNP. And then the merger happened, and then it was just dilution galore. And that's where you make the money, is getting in and riding these. But when this was happening, everything was running. And, that's the issue. That's another issue. Georgie coming out and bashing ILUS, it hurts the entire market. It creates a bad taste, people losing money. If he wants to drive, everyone's in, a lot of people are in ILUS. It's a very popular name on the OTC. It's more popular than his deals right now. And, if ILUS goes down, it just hurts sentiment. And, what needs to happen is everyone needs to stop bashing, stop ignoring the fear, uncertainty, and doubt, the FUD. Come together and, let's make the OTC hot again. From November 2020 to February 2021, it was one of the hottest markets I've ever seen, and everything was working. 10x, 20x, 30x opportunities. It was insane how many stocks were running. Dog shit was running. Everything was a pump. So, everyone talks about, pump and dumps, pump and dumps. Play the pump, get out before the dump. And, if people say, pump and dump, look at what's happening on the big boards. Netflix. Don't tell me that wasn't pumped and dumped by Wall Street analysts. Don't tell me Kramer's not a pump and dumper. So, you got to start using your own common sense. Don't buy into the narrative of what anyone says, me included. Take it for what it's worth. I should be just one source, one person you listen to. Don't take my word as gospel by any means. You got to do your own due diligence. You got to, understand, why am I in a particular stock? Why? And if that thesis changed, you got to first answer that question, why am I in? And if the circumstances around that why change, get out. So just, you gotta follow that rule, and if you want to marry something, go buy the S&P index fund. Warren Buffett even says the exact same thing. So don't fall in love with anything. Churn them and burn them. Make that money. But there's a lot going to be happening. I mean, Weeble's coming to the OTC. That's going to bring a lot of fresh new investors. They're going to be looking for the popular plays. They're going to be looking for, these opportunities to make, 100%, 200%, 300%, 10x. And that's going to, get the OTC excited. And Robinhood has to come after them, or else, everyone's going to move over to Webull. Everyone goes where there's money to be made. So, Webull first, Robinhood next, and it's just really going to light up the OTC. That's what, crypto got hot when it becomes more available for people to trade. So, this is great news. We're excited. And, the other day, I also talked, another video I did of lessons from AAPT, ICOA, MJWL. A lot of people are in these plays as well. MJWL, I mean, look at this chart. Chart speaks for itself. AAPT, chart speaks for itself. ICOA, chart speaks for itself. I mean, what happened with the exchange putting out the caveat emptor, CE, it was little too late, too little too late. Don't count on the exchanges or the SEC or FINRA bailing you out. No one cares. In the end, it all comes down to, you protecting yourself. Humble now is getting, maybe Georgie did this to distract from all the lawsuits being filed against Humble. Good luck with the lawsuits. You're not going to see anything. What money are they going to get? Humble, I think they're running out of money. They're trying to just keep the lights on. They got a few business lines. They're trying to do things, but they're diluting and to pay the bills. Shareholder lawsuits are not the answer. If you want to sue a company, you have to go after a company like Apple that's got, tons of money in the bank. Humble has next to nothing in the bank. So what are you going to get? A few patents, the lawyers, I mean, it's ludicrous. So, I just want to sum things up by just saying that, it's just nonsense what's going on with this Twitter drama. I definitely some ILUS, nervous lungs got out today. The diamond hands are still holding. I just want everything to work out for everyone. ILUS, Humble. I want, if Humble gets hot again, that's great for the exchange. That's great for sentiment. It's great for the markets. I'm rooting for every stock to start running. Okay, I don't short. I'm not a bear, because that's what creates enthusiasm. And when people are making money, they start putting more money into more plays, and those plays goes up, and we're all making money. All right, guys. So try to ignore the noise. Focus on you. I hope this video was helpful. And, I'll be doing a weekend recap and going more in depth on some better stocks that I like, what's working right now in these markets, and we'll go from there. All right, so make sure you sign up at signup.insiderfinancial.com for our next low float, low market cap play. All right, guys, have a happy Friday, and I'll be coming live to you over the weekend. Bye-bye.